Hi friends, it's Miss Cady. We're going to read a little book called It Could Still Be a Butterfly. Look at that little butterfly. Oh, he's so cute. He's on a flower. Which is the prettiest insect? Many people would say it's the butterfly. Miss Cady might say it's the spider. Teddy, I think, would also say that. We love spiders. Butterflies usually fly during the daytime. They may rest on flowers with their wings open. Look at that one. Or they may fold their wings upward and together. If you see an insect that looks like a butterfly but is flying at night, or is resting with its wings spread flat like this, then it is probably a moth, not a butterfly. This moth kind of looks like a brown cow. I love it. Moths and butterflies are kind of similar. A butterfly can be any one of 80,000 different species or kinds and still be a butterfly. The painted lady is a very pretty and very common butterfly. That's the painted lady right there. Some butterflies are named after their colors, such as the silvery blue. Do you see the silvery blue on the silvery blue? And look, what is he eating? Dandelion. That's right. Did you know that some people think these are weeds? But actually, they're some of the first food for butterflies and for bees and any kind of bug that's a pollinator that helps plants and trees and fruits and all sorts of flowers to grow. This is some of their first food that they get to eat. I love them. Not all butterflies are brightly colored as a painted lady and silvery blues. A butterfly can be a dull brownish color with black spots like the satyr and still be a butterfly. Look at that. He looks like he has eyeballs, right? So this is another self-defense mechanism that bugs use to protect themselves from birds that want to eat them. It looks like they have a lot of eyes, and the birds don't really like that. It kind of scares them a little bit, so they leave them alone. A butterfly can measure as much as 8 inches from the tip of one wing to the tip of the other wing and still be a butterfly. So from this tip to this tip, they can be 8 inches long, which is pretty long. It's almost 1 foot. That is bigger than this page. Whoa, 8 inches is bigger than this page. That's pretty big. I bet it's not as big as these 2 pages, though. We could measure it and find out. Butterflies that big are found only where the weather is warm all year round. Is it warm all year round here? No, we get the cold winter, don't we? So we won't find any super big butterflies like this. The largest butterfly you are likely to see in North America is the swallowtail. That must be the swallowtail. Look how pretty it is. It's got a little blue in there. I didn't see that before. Butterflies have 2 pairs of scaly wings. They have 6 legs, like all adult insects do. So they have 2 pairs, which means 2 sets of 2. So they have 1, 2, 3, 4 over there. And look, they have a head, a thorax, and an abdomen, and they have 6 legs, remember? So let's count those if we can. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And they have their 2 antennae, 1, 2. Look at that. There they are. You can see for yourself. That long coiled tube you see right here. Do you see that long coiled tube? First, let me get close enough for you to see it. It's like a little curly Q. That is the butterfly's mouth. To eat, the butterfly uncoils the tube and sips the sweet juice from the flowers through it. The juice is called nectar. Some butterflies escape their enemies because their colors make them hard to see. That's called camouflaging, and that's another type of self-defense, remember? Talked about hiding like that as a type of self-defense, so that's how an animal protects himself. Can you see this butterfly that looks just like a leaf? Pretty cool. Here's a leaf, here's a leaf, and this is the butterfly. So tricky. I'd have to hide in a wall of Miss Cady's for you to not be able to see me. Some butterflies, such as the monarch, taste bad, and birds won't eat them. So if you've already seen me read this book, Where Butterflies Grow, you'll remember that that caterpillar puts his little horns out and lets out a puff of bad smell. Do you remember that? And I said, that's how some caterpillars keep themselves safe. And that is this butterfly's caterpillar. So when it was a caterpillar, it was the one that could make the horns and make itself smell bad. Because you remember that our sense of smell is connected to our sense of taste? Crazy, right? Birds don't like to eat them because they taste bad. Every autumn, the monarch butterflies fly south from Canada or the northern United States, and this is called migration. So we live in the United States. That's our special country that we live in. Pretty cool. So we have monarch butterflies here who live, they come from the top of our country, and they fly to warm places in Southern California, that's a state in our country, or to Mexico, which is the country that's right below ours on a map. They spend the winter there because it's warmer and they don't like to be cold. Thousands of monarchs may rust in a single tree. They look like fluttering orange flowers. They're really pretty here. Wow, there's so many. I would say let's count them, but there are so many. I don't know that we can do that. In the spring, they fly back north. They lay eggs and begin a new cycle of life. Every butterfly goes through 4 stages in its life. 4. Can you count that with me? 1, 2, 3, 4 stages. And the butterfly looks completely different in each stage. The butterfly begins as an egg. That's stage 1. Say stage 1. This is the butterfly egg. It actually looks really pretty. It's kind of like a special jewel to me. In stage 2, the egg hatches and a caterpillar crawls out. Look at that little guy. He's coming out of his egg. Do you see his egg is down here? And he's, boop, he came on out and here he is. The tiny caterpillar eats until it becomes big and fat in stage 3. So look at him. He's so big. And he's got his 2 rows of feet. And he's got his black antenna, and then he could shoot out his little yellow horn to keep people from eating him. Then it sheds its skin and becomes a chrysalis. This is so magical to me. Look at that. So it's protecting itself. It's getting a hard little shell so it can do some special growing inside. So look at that. The chrysalis doesn't move, but inside the insect keeps changing. So here, this is the early stage of the chrysalis. It's kind of green. And then as it gets a little bit older, it kind of turns dark and clear. And you can actually see there's a butterfly wing in there. Can you see that? Isn't that crazy? I'd like to know what happens inside of that chrysalis. Soon, the chrysalis breaks open and a beautiful butterfly comes out. This is the stage where the butterfly's wings are wet and it can't fly yet because its wings are too heavy. So it has to let the wings dry out, and it just kind of hangs and lets its wings dry before it can fly away. Pretty cool, right? Its wings are going to straighten out. Oh, and it flies away. Look at him go. A creeping caterpillar may not seem very beautiful or graceful. Oh, look, here's its yellow horns we were talking about that it scares away birds with and lets out a bad smell with. But remember, though it's just a caterpillar now, it could still be a butterfly someday. Pretty cool. So here, we're going to go over some words we learned in that. This is the egg. This is the caterpillar egg. This is a caterpillar down here. This says caterpillar, and there he is. This is the chrysalis. This is the stage where it gets really a hard outer shell, and inside the caterpillar is turning into a butterfly. Here's a monarch butterfly. Look at that guy. Here's a painted lady. These two kind of look alike, right? Over here is a satyr butterfly. Or satyr, I don't really know. I think I pronounced it satyr earlier. Here's a swallowtail butterfly. That was the big one. Remember, the biggest one in our country. And here's that moth that I like because it looks like a cow. I love it. That is a pretty cool book about butterflies. Thank you for learning a little bit more about butterflies and caterpillars with me. I miss you guys, and I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.